Hello and welcome to a Times special presentation for Thirukkural with the Times, where we explore real-world lessons from the classic Tamil text Thirukkural with motivational speaker, author and diversity champion Bharathi Baskar. All through our evolutionary journey, there have been instances of ethereal coincidences for which the human race will never get answers. The miraculous survival of passengers on seat number 11A, not once but twice in aeroplane crashes, could be one of them. Is it fate or is it coincidence? Thiruvalluvar has some answers.
In 1998, Thai actor-singer Rungsak Loichusak boarded Thai Airways flight TG261. Mid-air, the aircraft suddenly plunged. Out of 146 passengers, 101 perished. Rungsak survived. Decades later, he heard of another miracle. Vishwas Kumar Ramesh, the sole survivor of the tragic Air India flight AI-171 from Ahmedabad to London, which had 242 people on board. An eerie detail stood out. Both men were seated in 11A. A mere coincidence, perhaps. Take the case of Tsutomu Yamaguchi. On August 6, 1945, he was in Hiroshima for a work trip. He witnessed the first atomic bomb drop and he lived. Reeling from the horror, he returned to his hometown Nagasaki only to survive a second atomic bombing 3 days later. But he went on to live till the age of 93. On the other hand, there are also stories of those who were not supposed to be in AI-171 or at Hiroshima on those fateful days, but they were there as if they went to embrace death. Appointment in Samara is a folk tale where a merchant in Baghdad sent a servant to market who came back terrified. The servant claimed he saw the Lady of Death who looked at him strangely. So the servant borrowed a horse from his master, saying he will have to escape to Samara. The same evening, the merchant meets the Lady of Death. She reveals that she was surprised to see his servant in Baghdad because she had an appointment with him that night in Samara. When you trace the assassinations of Lincoln and Kennedy, the parallels feel almost fabricated, except they are not. Both were elected to Congress in years exactly a century apart, which is 1846-1946. Both became presidents in 1860 and 1960. Both were succeeded by men named Johnson, Andrew Johnson and Lyndon Johnson, also born 100 years apart. Their assassins too were born exactly a century apart, and both were shot in the head on a Friday while their wives were present. Lincoln had a secretary named Kennedy. Kennedy had a secretary named Evelyn Lincoln. Even their assassins were silenced before the trial began. How does one explain all of these? Are we in the realm of probability or prophecy? Were they both enacting the same scene unknowingly, two actors separated by a century, but the script that has not changed, the script that was written by an unseen hand? The world is not short of such ironies or coincidences that nudge the line between chance and destiny. Skeptics argue that the mind is an expert at pattern making. We remember the hits and forget the misses. Yet some stories resist dismissal. I once heard of a tale that haunted me. 10 strangers caught in a storm took refuge in an inn. One among them, an astrologer, sensed ominous forces. Consulting his shells, he predicted lightning would strike soon. The group decided that each person would, one by one, walk to a nearby tree and return. If fate targeted someone, the tree would be struck when that person touched it. One by one they went. 1, 2, 3, 8, 9. Nothing. The 10th man refused to go, terrified, but the others insisted. Shivering, he stepped out and touched the tree. In that instant, the lightning struck, not on the tree, but the inn. He stood alone in the rain, the only survivor. Was that fate or chance? Winston Churchill once raised a toast and said, "I wish you all luck, not health or wealth, because most people on the Titanic were healthy and rich, but very few were lucky." There was a time when I dismissed all such statements, confident in science and its promise of order. I believed the universe had no room for unseen hands. But now I pause. I no longer disbelieve. I recognize that human race will never be able to get all the answers. The ethereal coincidences have followed us through our evolutionary journey. What we know about the hidden hands that sculpt our destinies is as small as a grain of sand pinched between two fingers. What remains unknown stretches beyond imagination, vast, silent, and as infinite as the universe itself. In that vast stretch of unknown lies the answer to the question, why was the passenger in seat 11A alone was spared? The wisdom of Thiruvalluvar declares that there are things beyond our efforts. He exclaims how fate could outpace even the most guarded plans of human beings. Pariyinum Aagaavaam, Paalalla, Uyththuch Soriyinum Pogaa. What is not granted by fate cannot be gained by effort. What is given by fate will not leave even if discarded.